Alright, today we're in section 5.7, equations and inequalities with rational numbers. We're solving these. We have to learn a method called clearing fractions and clearing decimals. In example 1, we're given several problems and there's a lot of fractions in them. Alright, finding LCD is not practical. Instead, what I need to do is I do still need to find the LCD, but now I'm going to use it to clear the fractions. So I want you to look at the first example right here, all right? And I want you to figure out what the LCD is going to be. So what will it be? 12. It will be 12. Very good. So I take that number and I multiply it by every fraction in the equation. So what I'm doing here is I'm not really changing the value of this equation or the numbers in the equation. What I'm doing is I'm trying to get rid of my denominators. I'm trying to get them to cross cancel and equal 1. So when I cross reduce 12 and 6, what does the 12 become? A 2. Now I want you to cross reduce the other two fractions. So when I cross reduce 12 and 2, what does the 12 become? 6, and then a 4 and a 12 becomes a 3. So now 2 times negative 5 is negative 10x. 6 times 1 is 6, and 3 times 3 is 9. So now, guys, I have a two-step equation, okay? And I can solve this like a regular two-step equation. I want to give you a minute to try to solve the rest of this equation. All right, so we subtract 6 from both sides. Negative 10x equals 3. Divide both sides by negative 10. X equals negative 3/10. Did anybody get that before I did? Good, good. All right, now that you've seen one done, start to finish, I want you to try to do the second one. Go ahead and try to do the second one. Okay, so I did forget to press play, so I'll leave this up here for just a minute. We'll go back through and explain it. So our LCD was 28. We cross-reduced to rewrite our equation. And then we solved it like a regular two-step equation. We added 20 to both sides, then divided by negative 21 here to get our answer. And remember, I do prefer your answer to be written as a mixed number. All right, moving on to example 2. So we've cleared fractions. Now we're going to clear decimals. We're going to clear decimals. We'll come back to the classwork example in just a minute. So when we clear decimals, we're looking for the number within the equation that has the greatest number of decimal places. And that would be 5 and 1400ths, correct? And then we look at the place of the last decimal. What place is it in? It's in the hundredths place. That tells me what I'm going to multiply the entire equation by to get rid of my decimal. The reason I can put the entire expression over here in parentheses is because I can't add those together. They're not like terms. So I would distribute the 100, okay? Either way, you can wrap them individually too. That would be fine too. So I multiply 100 by every term in the equation to come up with my equation that has no decimals. I cleared my decimals. Now you say, well, Ms. Kinder, I can use my calculator, so what's the point in doing this? Well, the point is that you know how to clear decimals out of an equation. So because the directions specifically say to solve it using clearing decimals, this is the way that you have to show your work. Now we just solve it like a regular two-step equation. We subtract 514 from both sides. We divide by 80, and we get our answer. Why do you think I wrote my answer as a decimal? Because there's decimals in the original equation. That's why in the previous slide I wrote my answers as fractions, because there was fractions in the original equation. So sorry about that. There was a little typo in there. The correct answer is negative 3.575. All right, now I want you to come over here to the second one, and I want you to solve this one. Figure out how many decimal places you need to go out. Multiply it by that value of 10, okay, and then rewrite your equation and solve. Okay, so what did you multiply by? 100 again. Very good. All right, and did you get this when you rewrote it? All right, very good. Now what do you do? And then rewrite it. Divide both sides by 50. 6.26. Good job, good job. 6.26. All right, last example, we're going to solve an inequality. Now, an inequality, that's these fancy little things right here, by clearing fractions. Guys, we solved this the same way that we cleared fractions in the equation. So I want you to find the LCD and clear the fractions and then rewrite the inequality. So what is the LCD? 8. So I multiply each fraction by 8. Cross reduce. Negative 6m minus 1 is less than or equal to negative 2. Did you get that? Okay, now I want you to solve the rest of the inequality. Be mindful of the rule. That is the exception when you are solving inequalities with negatives. I won't say any more. I want to see who can remember the rule. And then we'll go over it. All right, so we add 1 to both sides. We get negative 6m is less than or equal to negative 1. We have to divide by a negative 6 both sides. So what is my rule when I divide both sides by a negative? Flip that inequality. Positive 1/6. Who got it? Positive 1/6. Good job, guys. All right, go ahead and solve the second one if you have not already. Go ahead and solve the second one. All right, so, okay, all right, so now we multiply each fraction by what? 30, that's my LCD. Okay, cross reduce. We cross reduce and we rewrite our inequality. Did you get that?
Yes.
Okay, we'll figure out where you went wrong. Now we subtract 6 from both sides. And divide. Negative 1 3/5. All right, who got it right? Who got it right? Awesome, very good. All right, guys, that's everything you need to know for this section. You do have a couple of these on your quiz next Monday, the Monday after we get back from Thanksgiving break.